Hi gents, back again with another shaving video. Today I'm trying to find out what brush shape in terms of the knot suits myself best. Today I've got my Badger brush soaking. It's one that I acquired a few years back. This is a Paladin brush. This is the original Lee Sabini knot, and it states it's a chief as a Super Badger. This is a brilliant brush. As you can see, that's the honeycomb structure it has once bloomed, or sorry, once pre-bloomed, and it's got excellent backbone, very plush on the face, and yeah, just a wonderful knot. In terms of its shape, finding it hard to place this. I think it's somewhat between a bulb and a fan knot. If I show you the difference, so here we have another Shave Mac brush. This is actually, the material used for this one is snake wood, and this is a bulb as a DO12 band. This is another Shave Mac brush. This is a DO12 band but as a fan. So you can see the difference between the two shapes. When we look at all three brushes together, you can see that the Paladin has a slightly wider profile, similar to that of a fan, but it also represents the shape, what I look at is a base shape, so it has that bulb base shape as well. It doesn't completely splay as a fan would. So let's get to it. I'm using a Finish soap today, currently I believe on offer at Shaving Station. I've got it in my shaving room bowl. This is the Pine Tar scent. I will link up the name of the soap on my video later on. I really like this scent. It's almost like a pine petrol type scent as opposed to a pine cleaner type scent. So you don't get an artificial strong pine. You get more of a woodsy petrol tar type kind of pine coal tar-esque scent. Really nice stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and lather up the soap. With this soap, the consistency when on the face reminds me a lot of Tabac in that it's got that fluffy cushion. Again, it's one of those soaps that doesn't take long to load up. As you can see, I've pretty much got a fair amount on my brush already. Just going to load that for a few more seconds. If anyone is interested, I have very hard water, and I have no issues with any of the products I use. In fact, if I did have an issue, I wouldn't use the product, and to be honest, I wouldn't review the product. So that's not to say I don't have an opinion on them, and if you wish to hear of my opinions, you can visit the website againstthegrain.uk.com. So I've been loading up the soap now for probably about 15 to 20 seconds. That's what it looks like inside the bowl. Loads of lather lifted off there. That's what the brush looks like. Plenty of lather on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoop out the remaining lather, which to be honest with you is enough for a pass. I'm going to put that on top of the brush, like so. As you can see, very quick load. Very slick soap, but not as slick as others that I've tried, to be honest with you. This is more in terms of cushion and less in terms of slickness. So I'm going to wet my face. I'm cold shaving today because it is absolutely boiling outside. There we go. No nonsense razor, no nonsense soap, no nonsense brush. So it is the Timeless OC. This is now my best razor. This and the Wolfman OC are literally neck and neck at the top of the table. The handle is something that as soon as I pick this razor up and I feel the handle, the grip is insane. I really enjoy this handle, and the head speaks for itself. So straight to the face lather. When I mention a brush being plush, what I mean is it doesn't just collapse on the face, yet when you do scrub the lather onto your stubble, you get what could only really be described as a wall of Badger. It's soft, there's no scritch, It's similar to, or is gel tipped, and I guess it's almost akin to that of rubbing a sponge on your face, a wet sponge, in that the backbone doesn't let it just splay, collapse, spread across the face or any of that stuff, but it just holds its shape. I've got a massive amount of leather in here. Just holds its shape and, you know, retains that beautiful face feel. So I'm just painting on now. I don't think I'm going to add any more water to the brush on this pass. Right, there we go. Face lathered. Loads of lather on my face, you can see how thick it is. I haven't shaved for a few days, so this will really test the Timeless OC out again. I'm just going to clear my sideburns, dry my hands, grab my razor and get to it. So, first pass with the grain north to south. Oh, that noise. That is great. You can hear the brush cutting the leather. There's no doubt about that. Cutting the leather, so cutting the stubble, there's no doubt about that. You can also see it in one pass. This has cleared off a 4-day stubble growth with ease. I don't feel like I'm going to cut myself, but I don't want to jinx myself either, so I'm still careful. And I use a very light touch. Like I said in my previous video, in those hard to reach places, for me being just under the chin, around the chin, I do use slightly more pressure. Under the nose, no issue at all. This is where the Timeless differs in terms of using a Mirka Future for me. The head, although it may look rather bulky or large to some of you, this is very well designed. It gets under the nose and other areas that are hard to reach without any issue. See some of the lather just left there with the open comb, which if I do wish to go ahead and buff, I usually do that on my final pass. I have the opportunity to do so. Under the chin. And that's the first pass done. So I'm just going to wipe off and proceed with my second pass. Okay, so first pass completed. Wipe off the extra lather. As you can see, it's mowed down my stubble well. One thing with the Timeless is the first pass, unlike the Wolfman, it doesn't completely remove every little piece of stubble from your face. That's not a problem, as what we're doing is actually reducing the amount of stubble with each pass. So the end effect should be exactly the same. Perhaps this is why I find it a little bit more comfortable than the Wolfman. So I've added about a teaspoon of water to the tips of my brush. Because this brush doesn't hog lather or anything like that, I don't add it to the bottom of my brush necessarily. It's also got quite a high loft, so no need to worry about the leather being stuck at the bottom either. And literally within seconds, there we go, I've got my second face lather sorted. It really does smell nice. It's subtle. It's not as strong scented as, say, a Sterling soap, a P&B, or even a B&M. It's more akin to that of a Hasslinger type brand soap, but it's apparent, it's still there. Great scent, very, very thick. The soap really does provide great cushion. That's what makes it remind me of tobacco. Slickness is good, average to good, but the cushion, like I said, well, I keep saying, is very, very good. And at the price point it's at the moment, it's a bit of a steal in my opinion. It's great for rotation. I think they have several other scents available. They have a whiskey scent, they have actually a coal tar scent, different ones, so yeah, take your pick. So this pass will be across the grain. On the left side it will be left to right, and right obviously right to left. There we go. So with this pass, you can still hear the razor cutting the stubble, and this is usually the pass that leaves me DFS. The razor is smooth, efficient, which in my mind, again, it's all in my opinion, reminds me of the Mirkas, especially the adjustable, the Mirka Progress. Set on about a 3. It's always smooth, comfortable, efficient. The difference between this and the Progress is what you're paying for, which is the finish, the audio feedback, the quality of the razor itself. In my mind, I'd buy 2 or 3 of these if I had to. If ever I lost this razor or broke it or whatever, it's something I'd replace straight away. So, I'm gonna do my chin. Look at that. That's my trouble area, and this razor's just dealt with it. No issues. What more could you want? Going to use some of that lather left over just to buff. And that's it. 2 passes done. Just going to wash off. Get rid of the soap from my face. Okay. I often miss a bit on my neck just by the Adam's apple, so I'm just going to go ahead. All I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the head of the razor in the bloom water, so that should provide it with enough slickness, and I'm just lightly going to go over my Adam's apple, like that. Pick up any stray hairs. I could in fact probably dry shave with this razor. It really is that well designed in terms of comfort, efficiency, audio feedback. What more can you say? I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy trying the Timeless when it does come round. I'll just show you another picture of it, all done, all clean, and yeah, same with my face. So, once again, just wipe off. I was debating what to pair with the scent of this soap, and as well as it being absolutely boiling outside, I'll just give you a close look at the performance. So, yeah, a very good finish. Knocked off 4 days worth of stubble in 2 passes, no nicks, really comfortable, skin's not complaining. What more could you ask for? Going back to my scent, actually just before I go back to my scent, the brush, let's see how much lather's left over. Just going to squeeze out the lather from the knot. You can see there's loads of lather left over from my initial load, and just as a measure, yeah, you straight away you recognise that cushion when you place your hands together and try and pull apart and squeeze back. It's there, definitely there in abundance. Slickness, yeah, it's good. The slickness is good, but that's the only thing that could be improved, and that's not too difficult if you want to use a pre-shave oil or a pre-shave product. That should be more than suffice. So I'm just going to dry off my hands now. Get rid of that. Like I was saying, I've been trying to figure out a fragrance to pair with the pine tar, so not having any pine tar aftershaves as such. And the closest one, or the one that I thought would complement the Pine Tar soap best is going to be my Taylor of Old Bond Street number 74. So the lime's great with the summer heat, or the heat wave we're experiencing, and this scent is not like a Sprite lime or a sweet lime. It's more akin to a bitter lemon and tonic, if you like, with a sharp lime skin zest fragrance. So after mullering that explanation, we'll whack it on. Very little sting. Oh, it's really nice. Fresh lime. When I say lime skin, that's usually the bitter part of the lime, and that's what comes across most in this aftershave. Really enjoyed that. One thing to note about Taylor for Old Bond Street, I'm not sure about their new colognes, but the originals, you just have to be slightly wary of the cap because it can leak or corrode, as you can see there. Other than that, you keep it upright, no issues whatsoever. Great price point. The longevity on this, probably you're looking at about 20 minutes, half an hour, not long, but it is an aftershave and it does what it says on the tin. Leaves you feeling fresh, smelling nice, and yeah, done. Another shave done. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Take care, bye.